Hey y'all, it's DBR back for another video, and um, just a quick little update. It is week number 6, and there's only 9 weeks of the facial program, so I am almost a full-time licensed esthetician. So yeah, it's been going great, and we've been doing lashes and makeup, and all of those different kinds of things. And lashes and makeup are like towards the back half of the program, and that's what we've been focused on. So yeah, so hence the look today, because I'm fresh from school. I don't know if you can see my logo. You can't, but I'm wearing my uniform. And so I just wanted to come on here and really talk to you guys about um, makeup artistry. I think that if you are going to market yourself as an MUA after facials or cosmetology, whatever kind of schooling, whatever kind of training, you should really cover all your bases before you market yourself as that, because I don't even market myself as a makeup artist, honestly. If it truly, honestly and truly, I market myself as a cosmetologist, and then the makeup artistry kind of comes with that and comes hand in hand. But it is not something that um, is a standalone service for me. It's just kind of something that I could do if I had to, or if I was hired to do it, but it's not something that I, you know, ride my brand on, like um, the home of Christian styles. Yeah, styles meaning anything, like meaning hairstyles, but that could also mean makeup looks. That could mean, any kind of facial styles as well. Um, but I don't really market myself. Like, I don't have a makeup page because I don't market myself as an MUA. And I feel like an MUA needs to have a certain set of skills and a certain set of understanding. You can't be going out there making, people look crazy, and you need to be able to match foundations and concealers correctly. You need to be able to know the difference between a warm and a cool tone. You need to be able to tackle undertones and have a better understanding of what undertones are, whether they're like an olive green or a yellow, or any kind of reddish undertone, or in what cancels out those colors. You need to know your color wheel very well. There's things that you just need to know, and knowledge that you need to have on hand before you market yourself as an MUA, because you saying that you're an MUA, and then actually you saying that you're an MUA and then actually doing the work that it takes to be an MUA are two very different things. And I feel like a lot of people want to just market themselves as a makeup artist because they feel they do makeup good, but you need to be able to do makeup great, fabulous, well, you know, not even well, because well is like mediocre. It needs to just be over the top. It needs to be outstanding. It needs to be something a celebrity would wear. If you can't, if you can't even give advice that's going to um, help a client with a basic face or a naked glam, what makes you think anybody's going to trust you to do those big looks, like those party looks, or the I would call this a glammed out look. This is glam. Like, I would consider this, even though it's not over the top, it's still glam because of the colors that were chosen and the way that the makeup was applied, and all of those different kinds of things. There's a difference between going out makeup and makeup just every day, just to fix your face in the morning, just to put a little on to go about your day. Walmart makeup and bachelor party makeup, big difference. Banquet makeup and a dinner with your family, there's a big difference, and you need to be able to distinguish those. You need to be able to do those looks and understand them all and be good at not everything, but have an understanding of everything, have an understanding of the way that lighting works, because lighting makes every makeup look different. Every makeup, I get, it doesn't matter how good or how bad it looks. Sometimes lighting makes bad makeup look really good. Sometimes lighting makes bad makeup look really bad. Sometimes bad makeup is just bad makeup, and no matter how good the lighting is, it's still gonna look like shit. So somebody needs to understand, or whomever is marketing themselves as an MUA needs to understand the the pros and the cons of lighting in the situations, because if you do not, and you're giving somebody bad advice, and then they've been following your advice because they find you to be somebody that they trust, and you're giving them the wrong thing, lo and behold, and they find that out later on, I can guarantee you they won't be your client. and and this is how I know that, is because I feel like a lot of people have friends like that. Like, they go to them and they're like, "Yeah, you can do my makeup because I see you do your makeup very well." But that is the most common mistake that people make. Just because somebody does makeup on themselves very well, that doesn't mean that they'll be able to do you. And especially if they're on the opposite end of the spectrum as far as skin color is concerned, because sometimes people do themselves very well because they're familiar with the tones and the foundations and the concealers that work for their tones and their skin, complexions. If they are not experienced in a whole lot of African American skin tones and they're white or Latino or whatever, I'm not saying don't trust them, but I would definitely ask to see their portfolio, and I would definitely ask them to see, if they have any experience doing African American people. Because if they do not, I can guarantee you that you need to double check or get a second opinion from someone who actually does African American makeup, because the two, there will be a difference in opinion, there will be a difference in expertise. And you know, it's not a good feeling when you have that expressed to you. Like, I've gotten that expressed to me, like, "Why are you using this?" And I'm like, "Well, because my makeup artist, the person who does my makeup, usually told me like this." And she's like, "Yeah, no, this sucks, this is trash, this is too dark, you shouldn't be using this is what you should be using, this is what you should mix it with." And it makes me feel like I was doing things wrong, but I was just following someone else's counsel, and that made me look dumb. So I would really advise everybody to understand what you're doing, and the way that you, or what you're doing, and where you want to go. Because if you want to go somewhere specific, or if you want to make this your main thing as far as what you do for a living, if you just want to do makeup artistry, if you want to do theater makeup and stuff like that, find somebody who knows a thing or two about what you're trying to get into, and not just use the most convenient person to teach you a thing or two. I'm not saying that they can't teach you a thing or two, but you need to understand that everybody's expertise isn't always good expertise. And sometimes their expertise is only good enough for the people in which they are doing it on, or are used to doing it on. If they are not used to, if a black person isn't used to doing a white person's makeup, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I probably couldn't do a white person's makeup to save my life, because that's not what I'm used to doing. And I can come on here and admit that. I have no experience in doing that whatsoever. I ain't done not one damn white person's makeup, because I do not market myself as an MUA. So it's kind of like, unless I am confident enough in my skills to be able to market myself as an MUA, I'm not going to. And that should be very, very understandable. And if there's a lot of people out here that think they're just so like hot shit because their makeup looks good, and whatever, and they've done a few clients, and they're feeling confident enough in themselves. But I feel like the best thing to do is, when this situation happens, you need to tell that person that they fucked up. And the reason why you tell them that they fucked up, and once you've actually seen the light and you've realized where they went wrong, is because that, number one, it helps them, and number two, it's not really being mean, it's just really getting the point across that you need to brush up on your skills. Because if someone is out there telling me how I looked while I was following your counsel, if one of your clients comes back to you and say that you did them incorrectly or whatever, that whatever the case may be, or someone who actually knows tells you, you know, you're setting yourself up for failure when you don't have the correct knowledge and the knowledge that you need to be able to complete the job. It's not a bad thing. Um, it's not somebody being mean. It's just somebody that knows what's best for them and their self and their face. Um, and there's a lot of MUAs out there, and I feel like it's such a vast and such a big industry, and such a big part of the cosmetology industry is makeup artistry and the aesthetics industry. But every makeup artist isn't a good makeup artist. And definitely the number one thing to do is ask for their portfolio and ask them specific questions. I know that it sounds like we're stepping back into the 50s with this one, but you really need to ask them, do you have any experience working on white people? Do you have any experience working on Latino? Do you have any experience working on Indian people, like with the ashy skin tone or the yellow skin tone? Or do you have any experience with African Americans? You can have experience with African Americans, but what kind of African Americans have you done? Light skin, medium, dark skins? What have you done? Show it to me. That's why the portfolio is so, so very important. And I walked into mine blindly because I'm thinking, oh, whatever. Um, it's just convenient or whatever. But at the same time, it's not that she didn't do good work. It's that it looked as if I'm already black, but it looked like I was wearing blackface before because the colors were just so dark. The foundation just was like 2 shades too dark, and I had nothing to compare it to. So that's where you are very naive. Go get your makeup done by several different people and see what they tell you and see what it looks like from them. Never stop experiencing, never stop experimenting, because when you experience different things and you experiment with different people and different products and different shades and concealers and all of that, then you'll find your happy medium and what looks best to you, what looks the best. And I can honestly say that today, because of my experience, my makeup, I didn't even do my makeup today. I know a lot of you probably think I did this, but no, you can tell I didn't do this because you can go look at my other videos. I did not do this makeup. I'm not saying that my makeup is bad or that my makeup needs work, but I can tell you this much. I have never looked this light skin and this good ever. I might look that way in my videos because of the ring light and all the lighting that's around me that makes me look light, but I can guarantee you if you saw me in person, it was dark, dark, dark. And too dark. Like I look scary. So when I compare and contrast, of course I'm going to feel a little bit bad, like this is what I was walking around looking like, and you don't really understand and you don't see it because you have nothing to compare it to. You have to be able to compare it to yourself. You have to say this is what it looked like, and this is, I think, I don't know if I can I don't know if I can pull up a picture and show you guys, but that's what I'm going to try to do so I can get my point across. Um, to really understand like the difference. Like, okay, I don't know if this is gonna show up on camera or not, but that's what I looked like, and that was today. That was my Mardi Gras makeup from today. That's what I look like indoors. Y'all, do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? This is my makeup artist's counsel, and this is what I look like now. So I'm putting this information out there to just make sure that, you know, people are doing the right thing as far as picking the correct shade and just picking things that look flattering. That's the whole part of being an MUA, is picking things that are flattering. If you can't look at your work and say that this makes this person look really good or this is very flattering on this person, or if you're not necessarily loving it, it's because there's something wrong. There's something that needs to be revised. You might not be able to put your finger on it, but I can guarantee you somebody else is going to be able to know. Somebody that might be a little bit more experienced than you, if they come up to one of your clients and fix it like they just did to me today, that client's never coming back to you because they'll know who to go to that for the next time. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you need to be on point the first time. You need to be on point, because if you're not and you make other people look bad, where does that leave you? I mean, and that's how I looked in sunlight. That's how I looked in sunlight. So I was outside and whatever. The whole makeup look is different. The whole makeup look is different. You know? And I'm somebody who doesn't do a whole lot of anything, really. My eyeshadow is my big thing because, that was my Mardi Gras. All the Mardi Gras colors, the green, the yellow, the purple, or the pink, and then the purple, and then the pink lips. All of this was Mardi Gras. I don't know if you can tell or not. Yeah, you can tell. A little bit. A little bit. Let me see if I have another one. Yeah, you can tell a little bit. Different lashes, obviously. Changed the whole makeup look. This is what I copied, so I feel like I did a pretty good job. But anyways, but it's really that important that you know what you're doing. Because if you do not and somebody else comes and does it far better, you lost your client. You need to be able to keep your clients. You need to be able to be doing something that nobody else can match. Like, I know that there's lots of competition out there, and there's lots of people who are going to be rivals to your skill. But come on. I mean, I see it all the time, and today it finally happened to me personally. So anything that affects me personally obviously makes it to my channel, because I don't want other people to experience what I experienced today. Basically being told how foolish I looked because I was following someone else's counsel when I should have followed my first mind, but I didn't. And that's another thing. That's another point that I'm going to touch on. Follow your first mind. If you feel like something is wrong, then it is most certainly wrong. Don't let nobody tell you. Do not let nobody tell you at all, ever, that you shouldn't follow your first mind. Because had I followed my first mind the other day, I wouldn't have made this mistake. I would have known right off the rip that something was off, that something was different, that something was not quite right. Because when I went to Ulta the other day and I was doing the swatches of the foundation, I noticed immediately that something was not right. Now, I'm using F18 now from Revolution when I should be using F15. And when I put that on my skin and it went right in, I go, and why did she think F18 was the right one? It's not really bashing, but it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't remember exactly if we tried the other ones, but the one that I picked up right off the rip, I knew was the correct one. And for some reason, I questioned myself because I'm sitting there thinking, no, if I get this one, she's going to be like, this is not the one. If I go back to her and she does it again, she's going to be like, this is a little bit different. Even though it'd be the correct one and it would work, she'd be like, this is not what I advised you on. And, it's kind of like, I don't want to do that and then it look mean or disrespectful. I went and I changed it because I didn't like it. But at the end of the day, guys, it's your face. It's your skin. Do you want to be out there looking crazy because I look like I was in blackface? And that's not right. That was just not right. And I'm so thankful that I see the light now. This whole business is, what do they call it? Trial and error. It really is trial and error. Nobody knows it all fresh out of beauty school. Nobody. I don't give a fuck what they tell you. I don't care what their experiences are. I don't give a fuck who face they did and who they know. And I did this person and they celebrity, and I did this person, they famous YouTuber. Okay, whatever. I don't care about none of that. I'm a famous YouTuber too, but you don't see me, no. Nobody's out there claiming to have done me and yada yada. I don't give a fuck who you've done. I don't care who's done me. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, if it don't look right, that's your problem. You need to fix it. Hold on just a moment. Okay, so anyways, sorry guys. And I undid a little bit. Took the lashes off because too much. Anyways, so and see this just goes back to my point. The lashes aren't even on, but the lashes didn't make the look. It still looks very, very pretty. It still looks very, very good, in despite of not having the lashes on. Like I still can look at myself and say, well, wow, she did a very good job. Like honestly and truly. I can honestly say that. I'm looking dead at myself and I can say, well, damn. And all of this is my palettes. All of these that she used, every last bit of it, they were my palettes. But at the same time, it's like, do you think that it would show up this vibrant and this good on foundation shade that is two colors too dark? Like, no, it's gonna look funny. Like it did. It looked odd. So, without going over the time limit, which I'm almost out of time anyways, I'm just here to tell you guys, make sure you ask, not really for the credentials, but make sure you ask for the correct information before you get your makeup done, especially for a special event. And if you have no idea what this person's background is, or where they come from, or what they usually do, or anything like that, you need to check and see that on that kind of stuff. You need to make sure that you know what's up, because if you don't, that's your fault. You need to be making sure that your special event stays your special event and it doesn't get ruined because you don't look right, or your makeup look is falling apart, or it dries cakey, or later on your makeup starts to crack. These are things that I've dealt with, okay? So I'm telling you guys in advance that it's not fun to look cakey later on. It might look great when it's done, but if you look cakey and things are starting to fall apart, that's a problem. So, anyways, guys, stay perfectly imperfect. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.